Shri Sharda Devi and Her Divine Play, Chapter 18, page 284. In Puri, the mother developed an abscess on her foot. She suffered terribly but would not consent to surgery. One day, in the temple, someone pressed against her abscess and she cried out in pain. When Premananda learned of this, he brought a doctor the next day. The devotees bowed down to her that day as usual, and she sat with her face veiled as was her custom. The doctor also bowed down to her, holding his lancet ready. When he touched her foot, he quickly pierced the abscess with the lancet and left, saying, "Mother, please forgive me for my offense." Premananda was waiting outside. Holy Mother was very upset and scolded Ashu when he pressed the abscess to clear it out. However, this relieved the mother's pain immensely. Ashu washed the wound with a solution of margosa leaf and bandaged it. After a few days of care, she was fully cured. She then heartily blessed her sons. Holy Mother wanted to show her mother and her brother Kali Kumar the holy city of Puri. So one day she secretly sent Ashu to Jairambati to bring them. She did not want Surabala to know of this because she was very possessive and quarrelsome. It upset her when Holy Mother paid attention to her brothers and their wives. Ashu travelled to Jairambati via Vishnupur and conveyed the mother's wishes to Shyam Sundari and Kali Kumar. Both were elated and prepared to start the following day. Kali Kumar hired 2 bullock carts to bring his wife, 2 sons, and father-in-law. Sitaram, a villager, asked Shyam Sundari if he could go with her on this pilgrimage, and she agreed. The group reached Puri the following day. When Surabala saw all these people, she was angry at Holy Mother. But the mother said, "Shall I live with you alone? Are they not my own relatives? I have brought you here, and shall I not bring my elderly mother?" Kali Kumar and his group visited Lord Jagannath and other important temples and returned to Jairambati after a few days. Shyam Sundari stayed with Holy Mother. After Holy Mother recuperated from the abscess, her health improved. She bathed twice in the sea, regularly circumambulated the Jagannatha temple, and visited the important places of Puri, the vast kitchen of Lord Jagannath, the Gundicha house of Jagannath, the Lakshmi Jala paddy field, Narendra Lake, the Govardhan monastery of Shankara, Swargadwar on the sea, and so on. Holy Mother was in a wonderful mood and she related many stories of the old days to her companions. She and her party returned to Calcutta in late January 1905. And after a few days there, Shyam Sundari returned to Jairambati with the relatives. Holy Mother was very fond of her uncle Neel Madhav and treated him as she would her own father. When devotees offered her expensive out-of-season fruits, she gave them to her uncle. If her attendant protested against this excessive kindness, she would say, "Uncle has only a little while to live. Let him fulfill all his desires. We shall live a long time and will have many opportunities to enjoy these things." Neel Madhav suffered from asthma from time to time, and in March 1905, after returning from Puri, he became bedridden. Despite treatment by several doctors and Holy Mother's devoted care, Neel Madhav's illness became critical. Ashu and a women devotee nursed him on his last day. On that day, Holy Mother finished her worship and rushed to her uncle's sick bed. She wanted to stay by his side and refused to eat her midday meal. Ashu told her that death was not imminent and persuaded her to have her meal. Holy Mother hurriedly finished her meal and returned to her uncle. But there she saw sadness on the attendants' faces. Startled, she asked, "Is she then no more? Is he then no more?" They remained silent. In a voice shaking with grief and anger, she said, "Why did you send me away to eat that trash? I could not see him in his last moments." She wept loudly as if she had lost her own father. She then went to shrine to get 2 flowers that had been offered to the master. She placed those flowers on her uncle's head and chest and repeated a mantra to pray for the peace of his soul. Neel Madhav's body was carried to Kashi Mitra's ghat on the bank of the Ganges to be cremated. Prasanna performed the last rites and, according to custom, on the 4th day after his death, Holy Mother fed those who carried her uncle's body and gave a cloth to each of them. Jai Ma.